Hey there, and welcome to this next installment of Cade Made, the first for 2025. Here I share with you my last big project outside of our house of helping our friend Peter transform his kitchen in his condo into a wonderful place to cook and work within every day. This episode is somewhat meandering, but it's a fun chronicle of just the journey of how we reimagined this space. All relevant links will be down in the description. For example, the art on the walls in the end and the final reveal, the timestamp of the final reveal, different products that we used, maybe not all of them, but any of them that seem like you would have questions about. And I really appreciate you being here. I'm so excited to share this with you, and welcome to Peter's kitchen transformation. So in this kitchen, we are going to be keeping all of the base cabinets, and then we're gonna be replacing the countertops, the backsplash, and then we're gonna be taking down all of the upper cabinets and figuring out a really simple arrangement to move all of the cabinets that we're gonna use from this side of the kitchen onto the other side of the kitchen with the stove. And so we're gonna take them down, and then we're gonna figure out a sequence of putting them up and maybe even raising them up higher, because it's mainly for long-term storage of some of the kitchen, some of the utilities in the kitchen. I think I'm gonna be getting rid of more of the cabinets on the stove side. So I think we should start over there actually. So I'm gonna flip this around. That was simple. That was it? Okay. Take it from me, anytime you're doing demo work, or really any work with stuff, wear gloves. It just saves your little digits, saves your little puppies. Okay, that was not even a screw's worth of coming out of there. It's surprising these held dishes. It shouldn't be this easy, so and another 1.5 inch screw, and that cabinet came off of the walls. 2. It was just screwed in. Really got this in there. Ooh, sort of a wood over wood combo, isn't it? Oof. Ooh. Peter, how the hell did you apply this on here? Peter did this because there was a missing part, but seriously, that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna get answers for that later, Peter. What kind of glue are we dealing with? That's bad. This is it. This is the big part of the demo, I think. The countertops might be a little bit difficult to get out, but these seem like they're popping off in a reasonable amount of time, so I'm just gonna get ahead on with it. This is besides the point, but Peter has been making me these espresso iced coffees with pistachio syrup in it. Pistachio syrup. It's like one of the best things I've ever had in my life. It's so good. I never even thought of putting pistachio in coffee, but I'm living for this stuff. It's so good. Aside from that, we are making great progress in here. I've spent several days sort of smoothing out the walls, adding little layers of mud just to get these walls as smooth as possible. This building is very old, and so the walls are imperfect in general, but I wanted to do the best job that I could on getting that oriented correctly. The backsplash is going up to 24 inches, so all I had to do was mud up here and just get that smoothed out. In addition to that, the upper cabinets are in. They're nice and high, long-term storage. Looks great, we got those up. I'm gonna just show you that little video of a funny moment there. Hey Siri, call Peter. Can you come help me if you have a minute?
Okay, what do I do?
Lift underneath where this knee is. Okay, cool. I was like, I don't know if I can move from here. Okay.
Cool. Awesome.
I'm not much better in height wise.
That's so cool.
It's like your height.
Yeah.
Look at that. And that's how the cabinets went. And then I added this piece of wood at the top as sort of a soffit to cover up the gap, because taking the cabinets all the way up that high would have been way too high. So that is an 8-inch board that is just covering up that edge. So the next steps that I'm gonna be working on are actually taking the hardware off of the cabinet doors and drawers. And we're actually just going to be replacing all of this as something just to update it and get it a little bit more of a change for Peter, because he wants it to look a little different. And there's not that many cabinets in here, so it's kind of doable. We're replacing all of the hardware, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I meant like the hinges and the screws for the hinges.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, that's great.
If you wanted to keep track of them.
I'm like, what? Do we change our mind again?
No. All the hardware's getting replaced. Yeah, it's all trash. Sorry.
I'm going to mark all of these cabinets just for where they go, so we don't get confused. So we're gonna say stove up, top, far, right. Stove, call it upper, right. Stove, upper, left, and so on and so forth. Since we're replacing all of the drawer and door hardware, we're doing a little bit more of a consistent look, because these were different than like the rest of them on these drawers. So I'm gonna fill these holes with some rock hard water putty. And I thought it was just wood putty, but apparently it's powder. So that's way more than enough, I'm guessing. All right, apparently you mix it to desired consistency. That seems about right. It's like slicey. We haven't really discussed this fan fixture combo, but it is coming out. Of course, Peter did not buy this, but we are going to be replacing this light. But before I start painting, which is going to start in just a few minutes, I'm going to try to take this baby down. Kind of. Oh. So now it's time to paint, and I'm opening up my paint can, which we're going to paint the walls first. It's gonna be somewhat underwhelming at first, just because it's gonna look like white walls. But we're using Benjamin Moore China White OC 131, which is a really pretty white. And if you've watched Cade Made, I've used it before. It's just a little bit of it's white. It's just not quite bright white, but it looks really, really great when you put white trim next to it. We're keeping it simple on the walls so that when we get to the cabinet color, it's all good. So I'm gonna start on this wall, and then I'm gonna finish, and then I'm just gonna show you what it looks like. I don't know where I went. I don't know where I was. And that's paint. Now that the walls are painted in the room, I'm going to start working on our cabinet color. And when we first started the conversation about what we wanted these cabinets to look like, Peter had brought up a blue color, which is something that both Mike and I have discussed a lot and recommended to a ton of people is just bringing in blue hues into the cabinetry because it complements wood so well and is a really grounded color that people feel familiar with. So we sampled 3 colors for the cabinets. Santa Monica Blue by Benjamin Moore, Chicago Blues by Benjamin Moore, and then Blue Nova, one of the colors of the 2024 year, I think, by Benjamin Moore. The Santa Monica is a little bit more saturate in color, and then there's a little bit more gray in the Chicago Blues, and then the Blue Nova has a lot of like purple undertones to it. Decide which one we picked. 3, 2, 1, Santa Monica. That's our cabinet color. So I'm gonna go ahead and start actually painting the boxes here in the kitchen, and then I'm gonna work on the back sides of the cabinets today. So the paint I'm using for this is Benjamin Moore Advance Cabinet and Trim Paint. Apparently it has excellent leveling and smoothness when you've applied it. And it's really, really good for pre-finished hard to cover surfaces. So if your cabinets just are oak or maple or whatever they are, it's easier to use this without priming. It claims that there's no priming needed. And if these cabinets were super, super, super nice cabinets, we would be spraying them. We would be priming them, sanding them, spraying them. But we are, although, going to get them very near perfect with brushing and rolling and just layers and sanding in between and just seeing where we can get with it. But we don't want to spend a billion years on this project. So we're gonna do the first coat on the boxes, and then we're gonna do the first coat on the back of the cabinet doors. This is so many countertops waiting for us, but this is the one we're getting. Is it gonna fit up the stairs, you think?
I don't think.
You don't think to begin with?
We're gonna try. No, I don't think it's gonna work, but we're gonna try.
It's so tall. All right.
It's so thin.
It is, yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I figured you'd do the same thing that we already did.
Peter makes these every day. Like,
It's my
I don't
morning,
even have to ask.
It's my morning ritual, and you're here in the morning, so it's your morning ritual too.
It's afternoon
It is-
now.
it is
It's
12:30.
afternoon. So we have to bring this countertop up these stairs.
Do you want to be on the top or bottom? I'll take the top. I'll take this.
Okay. Go that way. Oh.
Yeah. Now you need to go up.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. That's awesome.
This is the mystery part.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep. Much better.
Well, it's pretty close.
Very close.
Wow. In the back. It's fine on the floor again.
Did we hammer it down?
No. It's okay. It's better this way, I think. Okay. 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 Oh my God! It's finally worth it! It went in! Baby.
Baby,
Countertop.
this
Hey there. It is Monday and we are back at it again. The countertops are in and we love them. We're so excited. And the next step is getting the sink hole cut, and part of Peter's homework while I'm not working or while I'm working is picking out things for his kitchen. So one of the big upgrades we're doing is a big kitchen sink, new faucet. We have to cut the hole. So this is the template. It's quite a large, it's a 32-inch wide sink, and so it fits in this cabinet just so. It's very, 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 very tight, but that's okay. I'm pulling the sink as forward as possible onto the front-facing frame of the base cabinet. Everything's well. Of course, cutting these holes is a little nerve-wracking, but I'm just tracing this with a pencil. I just set this little guy up. So yeah, so this is just across the board. measured out, hits all of the corners. It's looking really good. Just tracing these edges. Peter's over here with me for moral support as I aim to do an incredible job.
You can take it as slow as necessary.
Yeah. So I'm going one direction, and then I'm gonna go the other direction, and then I'm gonna jig out the corners. You would do this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. As long as you're not like a full inch out,
Yeah.
you know, it's fine.
Right. Safety goggles.
Oh.
Get sawdust of all over my face.
The safety goggles and put on Ray-Bans.
It's Kate made.
Safety goggles, yeah. What's smoking?
It's wood. It's just
Just
running.
wood.
It's just hardwood. So, and the saw blade's probably a little dull.
Yeah.
Hates it. Let's get some airflow in here. I'm like literally freaking out over here. It's just like the point of no return, and I keep having Peter come back to give me positive affirmations. It's a literal sink hole. Okay, Peter, come in here. This is. I want to show you all what happened to our budget.
It was only 400 of it.
This is the budget. So Peter got a big sink. It's Rovati.
I don't know the brand.
Okay.
It just fit all my criteria.
Okay. It is. This is great. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Quality. Quality stainless steel.
I'm blocking.
Okay, there we are. We're flat, right? Peter! It's the first step.
It feels like a real kitchen.
Oh my goodness. We have to step back.
Oh,
Everybody,
nasty,
look at that.
gross shit pile that I don't want to spend any time in.
I made that hole, people.
Oh.
Wow. Oh, I'm in more agreement about the size of this sink. Peter's a big boy, and he likes a big sink.
You are so mad that I spent $400 on a sink.
I was like, maybe I could get away with like getting the floor done on this maybe part 1 of part 2 parts. And guess what? We got a beautiful sink though. It's actually gonna really upgrade the whole feel of everything.
Yeah.
And if it were smaller, it wouldn't be Peter's sink.
I wasn't gonna get a small, ugly sink.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Yesterday we made a lot of significant progress on both our countertops as well as the fronts to the cabinets. After we finished installing the counter and cut the sink hole out, I was able to sand the surface down once. For the first coat of polyurethane, I rolled it on using a foam roller, which just was able to saturate a little bit more into the surface. And that first layer of poly is going to raise your grain. You're actually gonna feel it become pretty coarse because the wood is rehydrating and then it's drying out solidly with the poly coat on there. So after you put that first poly coat on, you then sand it again. And I sand the first coat off pretty aggressively just to get that first bit of that raised grain out. And then I went ahead and also added the second layer of poly after fine tuning that sanding and just making sure that the surface quality was really beautiful. After the second coat, I can feel it now. There's still some texture coming up, so I'm gonna give it a nice light hand sanding today and then put the third coat of poly on the countertops. And then the cabinet faces. So we started actually with nothing yesterday and we're to a really, really amazing point with the cabinet faces. I use really, really thin coats of this amazing advanced paint, rolling it on, brushing in the corners, just making sure that I'm taking my time and not getting any goopies anywhere. I mean, check this out. This is a that's rolled on. That is a beautiful, beautiful finish on these cabinets. For today, I'm gonna be doing some refining bits to these. I'm actually gonna hang the doors back on the cabinets and on the boxes below. And then I'm also going to do the third coat of poly on the countertops. And that's pretty much the jive. So I've begun installing the hardware on the cabinets and drawers. Peter picked it out. He picked out these for the 3-inch knobs. He had to buy replacements that were the same dimensions as the existing, so we didn't have to cover up all of them, just the ones on the drawers on the other side. But they're very cute, very, straightforward, just an upgrade, a little bit more modern. And they look really, really good. So that's the handle, and then the drawer pulls. There you go. See that? Very cute. Oh, did you have to buy an entire other box for one pole? Oh my god. 7 3/8. 3 11/16. Okay. And 16 across. So that would be an 8. We have tile. Yesterday I completed all of my tile board, the Hardy Backer, which is a 1/4 inch thick, and essentially I used it to just buffer out a lot of those large imperfections along this wall, especially like there was a hole in this corner, so it just made sense to bring it out an extra 1/4 inch, and then we'll sit a shelf on top of this. If I haven't explained it 6 times. For the first time ever though, I've decided, because this is such a low risk situation concerning water, it's more of a beautification effort, an easy to wipe down surface, I've decided to use tile adhesive rather than mortar. The reason why I decided for this is that I didn't want to mix mortar inside. And since this is pre-mixed, I figure I can get this up, no problem. It's quick and easy, and this is more or less $20. If you need a guide on how to do tile, Cade Made is not the place at this point, but I'm okay at it. Hopefully the mastic goes very, very well. I may have slightly underestimated my skill in the tiling because our long wall here turned out really, really well, as I had hoped but had a little uncertainty about. And so before I grout this tile, because it still has a little bit more time before it's actually 24 hours past when I put it on, I'm working on this upper shelf here. And I've measured out where the studs are, and I've begun making the brackets for this. And this is essentially going to be side brackets on either wall. And then I'm still trying to figure out the best mode of attaching the backside of the shelf to the wall for absolute support, but we have a couple variations on that we can do even after these are in. So these are just the first step for getting a strong shelf on there. So I'm just gonna start with this, then we're gonna bring in the shelf, I'm gonna attach the front properly, and then we're just gonna assess, and we're gonna see what's up. So it's a good day. You know how hard it is to find a piece of straight wood that's 10 feet long. Oh. That shit is like wild and out there. Yeah. Your project is the last one. I remember going to that Home Depot up there though. I'm breaking up with that Home Depot.
Oh, yeah.
Even though the other day it was kind of okay. These are the stages where you get nervous, you know? So the back is, of course the wall's out.
The wall's
I always
out.
forget that the wall's out.
I'm sure it's sagging a bit in the middle right now.
It's like, yeah. I could mount them just to the backs at the top of the back and then get a nice caulk line back there. But it's hard for you to see what I'm saying. What?
That hole needs to come out underneath the shelf. Under lighting.
Well, my thought on that is is you mount plug to the top, so you just have
And then just like
just the wire.
Oh, just make a hole. Okay.
Yeah, you just make a hole with your
Okay.
mounting cord,
That
just
makes
so
it
it's
because
like
you
less
can't-
is
You can't
more.
really conceal it if it's underneath there. Yeah.
Yeah.
This way you can.
If that's the way you want to go with it.
Yeah, you could put something in front of it. Okay, never mind. That makes
Okay,
sense.
cool. All right.
Sorry for doubting you.
No. Don't, it's not a doubting. It's a discussing. It's the way
I was thinking it versus the way
Yeah,
you
no,
were
that's fine.
thinking it.
Sorry, what were you saying? 'Cause
Yeah, I forgot.
brackets. You're talking about.
Oh, the bracket's just on the top side.
See my doctor to crowd me up some pills. Cause the way you move that thing around is giving me cold chills. I'm gonna see my lawyer to make me up a will. In case I overheat myself, you give me such a thrill. You know how to move it. You know how to move it. Move it. You know how to 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 move it. I'm moving. You know how to move it. I say moving, you got to moving, you got to.
Give me a sink, he says. That's all I need. You're lucky if you get a sink, Peter. Peter's pistachio coffee. It's the best in the world. I feel like we're like posing for a band photo.
Yeah.
Well, we did it. We accomplished what we set out to do. A few months ago, Peter came to me and he was just talking about his kitchen and how much he really disliked it just because it did not match the aesthetic quality of his home. And you didn't even want to be here.
No. I mean, I started this conversation with you truly just complaining. I was just complaining about my kitchen.
And he was talking, he's like, I want a $15,000 kitchen. And I said, Peter, we could do this. We could do this within a certain amount of money that makes sense. And about the progress of your house, because he's been here for maybe a year, and he's done quite a bit to this space already. And I just said, let's make it great for you so you feel really good about being in your kitchen and wanting to use it. You actually cook.
Yeah, so this was about, before I even lived alone, when I lived with my parents, I cooked all the time. I cooked every day.
Yeah.
Because I had, a spacious kitchen to cook in. Living here, I wanted not something that was just an aesthetic upgrade, but something that I actually enjoyed cooking in, enjoyed cleaning in, because the way this was before, it was a hell to clean.
Yeah.
And this is just truly a joy now.
So one of the things that Peter had, which was a big source of inspiration, were his dishes. And so when we went to pick out the aesthetic, or we went to pick out the colors for this space, especially the blue that we used on the cabinets and then as well as the shelf, is it really wanted to be reflective of the color qualities of the dishes that he had. And a lot of the dishes are Fiesta ware, and then some of them are La Creuset. And it all really just brought in the color. There was 3 main colors. It was white, the cabinet blue, the Santa Monica blue, as well as the brown in the countertops. And of course the metal quality of the stainless steel. So our whole goal was just to bring all of that together because he had great dishes. He just didn't have a kitchen that expressed them the right way.
I didn't have anywhere to put them, basically.
And we didn't replace any of the appliances. And that's something that can be done in the future as needed. But for now, we just wanted to work within the confines of what was needed in order to just make the space really usable. So I think we did it.
I think you absolutely did it.
Peter did so much work. He installed all of the plugs and receptacles and did the screwless faceplates on all of those. He came in, he installed the light fixtures. I mean, all of the under cabinet lighting he did on his own time. It was really helpful in terms of actually completing.
Of course, it's my home.
Yeah. But we are feeling very proud about it. And every time I walk in, I'm like, I'm inspired by your kitchen.
It's truly a joy.
It's great. No, it's really, really, really beautiful. So this space is super awesome. We feel very good about this. And there is no date attached to it, but there is a part 2 to this. And that's gonna be addressing the floors and additionally the butler's pantry, which is just sort of left to the wind right now, but that's gonna be cool.
It'll be amazing.
Yeah. Peter, you're wonderful. I love you.
You're stellar.
You're a great friend. Thank you for working with me.
You're my brother. I love you.
All right. Be well. Take care. Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Smash that like button.
Smash it. All right. Bye.